connect with the management then. We've got N. Kamakodi, the Managing Director and CEO of the bank, now joining us. Thank you so much, sir, for taking time out. Lots of questions by the market, so let's address them one by one. Start off by what exactly happened. Why was there a divergence in the first place? And can you share some more details like the nature, the size of the accounts that slipped?
As you might have seen, our slippage ratio pre-COVID used to be about 2 to 2.5% for financial year 17, 18, 19. And it increased to about 3 to 3.5% for financial year 20, 21 and 22. And this is basically the what has happened. Even in that, as I told you, about out of the 13 accounts, about 6 borrowers had already been classified as NPA in the first half and second half. Normally, if you look into the process, you have, like say, the software marking the NPA, which you have to disclose. And after which you have 2 rounds of processes of, like say, by branch auditors and also by the central auditors and also by our internal auditors and all. These items, basically, like you see, there is these and all were not marked by the system, and there are certain judgmental factors which also need to be taken into account, for which there is a difference in approach.
Okay, so if we were to talk more about this divergence, which is there versus the RBI correction as well, what will be the impact of it? Please explain that to our viewers. Numbers on the internal processes.
See, basically, we have to tighten the processes, a few more points in the way of identification of accounts. We need to process whatever that needs to be made in the, like say, when you finalize it, both in terms of the, like say, be it the software generation of the report or audit of that by the internal audit team, be it by the statutory audit processes. Things have to be further strengthened, and like say, we have to look more closer. See, the basically the not only these things are not just with the 90-day over 90 days delay in the like say marking of NPA. There are other aspects, like say non-financial aspects, also are taken into account before taking that call. So those, like say, the parameters with which we have to choose and all have to be fine-tuned, and furthermore, close scrutiny is needed. We will make such changes which we have already initiated, and as I told you, this is something which is happening after about 6 years for us. The similar thing happened in 2016 with about 82 crore, and we will be strengthening in the process with the, like say, the current scenario and all.
Okay, you're saying this is happening after 6 years. Of course, in the recent past, we've seen this happening at other banks as well. You know, Yes Bank, Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, and there was stress. We'll talk about that later. But coming to your divergence, break it down for us. What is it? It's about 185 crores. That is what we have read about. How is this going to be fixed? What's the solution? How is it going to be provided for?
Here, as you have already known, like say that 259 came down to 185. In this 185, about close to about 60-70 crores is something the accounts are, like say, the business is running and they have got capacity to make profit and all. Certain technical things need to be done on those accounts. The total amount of incremental provision which is needed is 40 crore, and we had, like say, profitability of last year. The first half profit was about 50 crore and all. We have enough profitability to make the provisions and all, and most of them, I mean, the in our terms, the, like say, the all other accounts, I mean, those who have sufficient capacity to do business, generate profitability, and got disclosed as NPA because of technical terms and all, they will get upgraded on an ongoing basis. Remaining all and all, they are, most of them are, we were expecting, like say, most of them to have get into NPA before the financial year, and we don't see anticipate any issue in absorbing those slippages in our financial year 22-23 itself. Breach is against the like say the only over and above the tolerance limit by about 70 crore, and this is not and also in terms of percentage term, as I told you, it is only 0.60%, and we have enough balance sheet strength to absorb them, and without much impact over overall performance figures.
So in the past, we've seen banks like a Yes Bank or Axis, ICICI, for instance, they've had divergences, and that's led to a prolonged period of stress. So the question is, for City Union Bank, is the worst of it now behind, and how quickly do you think you can repair this?
The numbers, whatever like say that has now come, is like say very well, I mean, not very much beyond our capacity to observe and move forward. And whatever we have like say shared with you all about the incremental slippages, we don't expect any major significant difference between with the expression, because almost 25% has been already absorbed. And another few accounts where the businesses and all were strong, and the divergence were because of the technical reasons and all, those accounts should be able to perform and get upgraded. So balance are most of them were very well within our expectations in the current year, whatever we have for thing. And in fact, I had repeatedly told, like say the 3 to 3.5 is moving downwards to 2.5 to expected to move around 2.5 to 3, and the next year to pre-COVID level and all, including the slippages from be it restructured or ECLGS or all other loans. We don't see major big deviation in the overall expectations, whatever we had shared in the past. And also the recovery part of NPA, which was stagnant during the COVID period, has also improved. Whatever incremental slippages are there, we hope the recoveries will also get better, and overall impact will be very minimum. And we have as I told you, the incremental provisioning required was quoted to be 40 crore vis-a-vis our last year, annual profit declared of 760 crore. Even if you reduce this 40, it will come to about 719, 720 crore. No big impact on, like say, overall thing as we move forward, and definitely certain gaps which were found out in the processes and all have to be plugged, and we have to move forward.